Hello, greetings, my dear Cancer. Welcome, welcome. This is Ron from Terror of the Twin Sun. I'll be doing your reading for mid March. I believe it's mid March. Is it? Yes, it is. For mid March, we're doing the Great Mirror reading, and this is going to be a fantastic breakthrough reading after the energies of Mercury retrograde. Hopefully, some lesson was learned within 12th house ideas of love, romance, as well as dream visions. Anything that has to do with the depth and the secret, occult nature of love, there is some sort of realization. Personally, I've found that many people are going through separation as well as needing to reassess what in all is in the depths of the unconscious world, the shadow world, and how there are certain things that need to be repaired that are from there. It seems to me that you are going through a period of nostalgia and are now awakening from it. And from it, you're seeing a sense of determination, a sense of fate that has to do with the love situation from the past. There's something of relief here, finally, as well as there may be some sort of communion with someone who represents for you a distant and approaching vision, some sort of horizon. This person is a horizon for you, and perhaps there is a chance that things are spinning in terms of coming to this fruition, whatever it may be. There's a great sense of joy in this, in that someone has gone through a transformation. Or perhaps you are moving away from it and are being watched over by very, very intense forces of transformation and change, as well as there may be an element of judgment within it. This is a thing, or perhaps somebody who was very deeply connected with you. They had to go through a huge transformation. And there is an energy of revisitation with a shore that was once a place of home for you, as well as it's an emotional memory that is resurfacing, and a feeling of family or belongingness to this person. This person may have gone on a great journey that involved a new cycle in order to find what their definition of commitments was. They had to find a way to grow, but there was something that they were angry from, something about the perspective that they couldn't see about you and your energy, of a very deep secret that was. It was as if you knew the poetry of this connection, and there was a very strong soul tie, and you were in the middle of this situation, whatever it may be. However, there is a lack of a beginning, and perhaps you are trying to make peace as well as commit to something that is more based on time. You're on your pentacles, and you're definitely moving forward in order to get away from being a victim of love or the situations of love. However, there is a great deal of love here in this situation. Also, there is a possibility that the person that you may be dealing with needs to still heal up after a certain amount of time, and distance has been between you, but you have already moved on and gone through a transformation. But there still is something about this energy where justice and not justice, but judgment has to be sort of reassessed in a way, in a situation, about bringing the energy of something that has died coming back into being. There also is a possibility for broken promises, or the need to find out why karma wasn't served. And in your search, as well as your emotional sort of upwellings in the past, say, 2 weeks, there's been some very great lessons, as well as a great need to reach out and find your happiness and go on a new journey that involves you creating very, very strong poetic and karmic modes of ascension, modes of relegation, and trying to find through the wheel's energy a way to elevate or ascend in a certain way and find your power. Um, yeah, you have lost patience in a situation of justice. I'd rather judgment. I keep saying justice, but it's judgment here, and there is something about this judgment aspect that you're moving away from. And it's very healthy for you that you do this, because the more you move away, the more you will feel in irony some sort of connection to whomever this energy is, and you remember the love for its purity as opposed to its toxicity. And that is one thing. Remember that we are working with mirrors here, and I will be building a great mirror for you. But just know that everyone you manifest into this life, somehow or some way, they're all mirrors. We're all mirrors to each other. So there's something about this person that you are rejecting and moving away from and transforming away from. It could be a younger version of yourself, or an older version of yourself, where you're shedding your skin. You're getting rid of, say, the ability to reach out, and you're closing something, you're ending something from a situation from the past that was very toxic for you, and you lost patience with this, and now there is still a memory that remains, some sort of love or some sort of lesson of love that was both painful and beautiful at the same time. It was bittersweet. Now, let's go ahead and work from the 1890 deck. I just pulled from the Portuguese deck, but now we're switching over to the 1890s deck. And yeah, this is a very strong deck that I picked up somewhere in Germany. But it is originally from Paris, France. And it's a BP Grimal deck, the red speckle. Very beautiful deck. So yeah, let's just go ahead and get started. Between you and this person, there was once a great commitment. This great commitment had you in a state of defense. You had to find and use your intuition in order to either cut this out in a shadow way, in a shadow aspect. You had to use the sort of truth and either cut this out or turn your back to it, turn a blind eye to it, and sort of let it in some way, shape, or form. This action was a secret maneuvering. It had a secret motivation to help you understand through your intuition something that this Ten of Pentacles was trying to show you. Actually, rather, this is the Nine of Pentacles. So there's something about this nine, about stability, that is directly tied to your intuition. And you are, if you are not dealing with others' energies, and of course you are, but there's something about your separation with this person that gives you a sense of right doing. Because the Nine of Pentacles usually is the card of signs and symbols from the universe, and being able to interpret these and find stability, and to walk the path of materiality, to be very stable within yourself through your finances as well as through your physical well-being. This has been really good for you, and you are defending yourself from anyone who is potentially silent or offensive to you, or silent in a kind of blocky way. They may be keeping secrets from you. This person is essentially working with the Nine of Swords energy in reverse. There is an element of anxiety as well as pressure that is being released, and they want to maybe turn their head and give you a secret, but you are on sort of a defense mode with the Queen of Swords energy. There is a choice that they had to make that was giving them a great deal of anxiousness, and they also were emotionally sort of unstable in this situation. And there also is the energy of, if it's not them that's this high priestess, it could be you. Not only do you have your sort of truth armed against them, but you're also sort of quiet in a way. You're quietly sitting in truth. Yes, this could be it, as well as you have a secret knowing that they are finally getting through the realm of anxiety that you're protecting yourself from. You did not want to feel their anxious energy, therefore you surrendered that. You knew that they were potentially juggling or messing with juggling different things in life. They didn't have time for you. So their commitments, though they have a great deal of energy to potentially give to you, they weren't giving to you when you most needed it. Therefore, you put on this sort of like high priestess slash Queen of Swords mode against them. They were turning away to look for a type of healing and patience through their guides as well as through the universe in order to help with this love situation. They were very concerned with their pentacles, and something was telling them to hold back and perhaps to possibly parlay with you. And it's interesting because they wanted to start passion with you, but then their apologies, it would come without an apology, or come without the offer of love that is a new start in love. So there's something very heartless about this person, in that they were self-interested to convert the energy of love into something else, or perhaps to let the universe take care of that, to let time take care of that. But during this silence, you've grown even more silent, and you've taken the stance of protection, so that you find your own sense of stability. Yeah, because there was a lot of pain in the situation, as well as deception, a need to find some sort of waiting period to start another rod cycles with you. There's a lot of passion between you and this person, but there also could potentially be some sort of karmic lesson that has to do with this situation, including the Six of Cups energy. There's a great deal of transformation that they want to show you, but um, I don't know, there's something about their offer that is not without an apology, and I think this really does not sit well with you. My dear Cancer, this is your energy here. This is the mirror between you two, and this is your energy. Oh, rather, their energy, the person you're dealing with, okay? Theirs, yours, and the mirror between, okay? Bottom of the deck, we have, once again, the Nine of Pentacles. So you're on the path of Pentacles, my dear Cancer, and there is something about your stability that comes utmost. You're on the path of mastery, as well as mastery of your craft, whatever that may be, and this is taking utmost importance to you. You've got your head to the grindstone, so to speak. And this is the conscious level. This is what you know. This is how they see you. This is also how you are being perceived, what you're trying to be. And there is an element of hard work here. It would not surprise me if your seventh house was activated in Capricorn, and maybe you're working hard towards potential relationships, or working hard in general with societies around you. However, there's this element of self-mastery, and I want to clarify this top row, just to be sure, so we have clarity on this. And I'm using the bicycle deck. It's just a classic playing deck from the 70s from America. And it's a beautiful deck. It shows very verbal interplays. Okay? Right, so we have the Eight of Pentacles here on the conscious level on your side of the mirror. This is what you are doing right now. And the Eight of Pentacles is always about mastery. It's about honing one's craft and perfecting through the detail the idea of yourself, as well as the idea of what a relationship should be, what commitment should be. Yeah, you have happiness on your mind, and there also is a grounded element. You have the Eight of Pentacles as well, indicating a great sense of clarity with this. We had two Eight of Pentacles plus the Three of Hearts, the Three of Cups. So there's like something about your own happiness through your friends and through your family and through others. There's something very harmonious here, that you are living, and you're living your best life, essentially. This is what this person sees. However, on their side, they have the Ace of Swords in reverse. And why? Because of the Seven of Pentacles, as well as the Six of Rods. There's something about their energy that is quite inauthentic in a way. And cross-watchers, if you're watching this, yeah, I see this as not offense, but there's something about the truth here that is earnestly being offered, but it's through a type of pretense. There's some sort of projection that this energy is dealing with. This is partner B, whoever that is, this side, is the object of affection for Cancer. And there's something here about the Six of Rods plus the Seven of Pentacles. Something here about a reckoning, and this person wants to come back and offer some sort of truth, or like some sort of insight, but the insight hasn't been reached yet. They want to make communication, but they're not expressing it either. It's like a psychic activity here, and it's very subliminal. Consciously, they are probably aware of this too. They may be sort of thinking thoughts or thinking things about you, Cancer, and there's something about that energy that has to do with a reckoning, or the Seven of Pentacles is always about trying to revisit unfinished business, for example. And they're coming off as trying to bring victory, but also maybe quite arrogant about this, because they don't really know what to say. That's what I see with the Ace of Swords in reverse. There is a lack of communication. However, they still have the desire to do such. It's a very strong desire. And in between you two on the conscious level, we have the Three of Cups in reverse. And it's interesting because you have the Three of Cups here. So something about the disconnect between you two, if there is one, and there potentially is one here because there's a lack of talking. So at least there's a verbal disconnect. There's something about the Three of Cups where you are actually finding a great deal of happiness here by not interacting with their energy, at least physically, through verbal means. And you're hard at work, and you find work in general and like mastery and self mastery as a form of joy for you. However, between you two, there is a great sadness that has to do with the Six of Cups energy. This person is a soulmate or twin flame, whatever you want to call it. There's something here about this energy that also indicates the Eight of Cups as well, some sort of disconnect. This person eventually walked away from this situation. I don't know why, but it's caused a great deal of sadness overall. And yeah, it could be Cancer that you're working hard to find some sort of reformat or recreate, resynthesize some sort of connection with this person, but they are not talking, and that is a big thing for relationships. You know, it's talking and communication leads to fruition with relationships. However, there is an element of it's not blocking, but this person definitely walked away on an emotional level. Like we saw with the pre-shuffle, there was a Page of Cups facing away from your energy as if they could not apologize or bring love to the table. However, in the past, there is a great deal of nostalgia here, especially on your end. You remember the good times, you're focusing on the good times. I think it's really important that you recognize that this person is sort of into dissociation, into walking away, into emotional detachment from the energy here. Why? Potentially because it is a toxic sort of connection, whatever is here. There's something that is not mastered about it, and because of poor communication, it has become toxic, and perhaps because of your needs to find health, for example, it indicates that you are being affected by toxicity, okay? And this is just generally what I'm seeing here on the top level, the conscious level, the third dimension. Here on the subconscious level, more fifth dimension energy, something beneath, there's the energy of you offering love somewhere else. Or perhaps on a secret level that you want to give back to this person some sort of thing, but you're not doing it. Now, your love lies somewhere else. Where that is, I'm not sure. It probably is to self here, to the Nine of Pentacles. And the 9 and 9 show up again here at the Nine of Swords as well as the Nine of Rods. There's something about what this person did to you that is making you move forward in terms of a cycle, trying to get to the end of a cycle, trying to close off. But you're not there yet. And there's something about the energy of the swords and the rods here about a big, anxious meltdown, but then you still have fire in a certain way. It's not that you're angry, it's just that you're frustrated with that energy, therefore you're moving away. This person feels abandoned on their side. They definitely feel left out in the cold or what have you with the Five of Pentacles. They might have some really, really hard lessons to learn when it comes to commitment and their own health, whether that's mental health or physical health. Usually Pentacles is physical health. And this materiality, somehow they feel like they're left out somehow. But it's funny because they walked away. So what is the big deal? And in fact, it's reflexive. You also walk away because they walk away. Now it's like now they're pining for you for something. It's not just you. It's just for a connection in general. And it's not offense to my Cancer. But there's something about here that they're being triggered. And Cancer, you should know that you are the mother of the zodiac. You are essentially that nurturing energy that people pine for, that you're so giving and forgiving, but there's something about your love that because of all this anxiety and this like tension, you're trying to take your torch and move on to something new, take your cup of love and move on to something new. But this person is still hoping for some sort of commitment, as well as they're having they're dealing with the Nine of Pentacles energy too. They're dealing with the need to to certainly walk in your shoes and see what it's like there, and they may be sort of like envious of what you're going through right now. That's a potentiality also. They could want, they're obsessed with bringing this into fruition, some sort of assessment of something from the past that has to do with commitments that were not lived out, something that was supposed to work out with you, but it didn't, and now they're really feeling the brunt of it, especially on a physical level. They physically miss the chemical connection between you two. Now, what is trying to be manifested between you two is the need to have the King of Swords energy. Truth is needed here in order to elevate, in order to find right action as well as right communication. You want this person to speak to you truthfully, to actually listen to the angels on their shoulders, as well as to discern in a way, and to find the truth and to find their own sort of character, their own quality, their own reason. Same here for you. You want to, in a way, look back with the sort of reason and not try to cut this person out, but listen to them at least with a very good source of communication. Both of you want communication in a way, but truthful and controlled. There's something here about the Queen of Pentacles as well as the King of Swords energy here. It's doubled up. Your energy is showing up, Cancer, as the Queen of Pentacles. You are someone who is very abundant and very concerned with their own stability, as well as they tend to also be the great mother in a way of the Pentacles cycle. There's something here about your own stability and your own health, as well as um, um, your own materiality, that is really coming to the fore here. The King of Swords is here as well. There is the need to. It's very interesting because this, whatever this is, this is a result of, if we have truth here, then we can have truth that is coming from their end, but then they're not bringing it right now. The sort of truth is in reverse, as well as the Queen of Pentacles. There is a union here between earth and air, and there's something about this that is really important. You could be dealing with an air sign. There's a lot of air here. Um, yeah. Now, on the unconscious level, the collective conscious realm, we have the Emperor on your side, or rather, yeah, that is the Emperor. The Emperor on your side, as well as the Ten of Cups between you two, as well as Strength on their side. This connection is really interesting in that you have a great deal of control over what happens, what occurs in this situation. And there's something about your power that is based on soul energy, with the 1111, the Four of Rods here, as well as the Six of Swords. There's something about the need to run away together, to do something together on a soul level, to create a territory together, to create a kingdom together. This is the energy that you have here. It's a very intense energy, and it's a very beautiful energy in that it is controlled sometimes, but there's something about this soul connection with them that is very compelling, and that they are strength in a way. On their good days. On their bad days, of course, it can be flipped. Same with you. With the Emperor in reverse, it's that sometimes you can be very tyrannical or like arrogant in certain choices that you make, and abusive of your power, my dear Cancer. Especially when it comes to this idea of escaping and getting rid of trying to deal with emotions and forgetting the past and memories of the past and stuff like this. There is a need for you to idealize and put strength in idealizing the connection through the soul energy that exists between you two. And the one that exists between you two is very chemical because they have strength here, and it's also based on their own inner demons, the ones they try to fight and hold back so that they don't hurt you. There's something about this that you want to take domain of. You want to help heal them on a soul level. If they're on their bad days, on their good days, it's like, yeah, that's the thing. On their bad days, they're faced towards you. They're faced towards you, and they want to help you. They want you to help them clear out negative cycles or negative spirits that they're dealing with, these inner demons They want you to use your power to cure that. But at the same time, when they're all healed up, they have a tendency to run away and then also attract others or attract outside parties in order to go through very sexual cycles with others. And they're very strong in this way, but they never really share their strength with you. You share their strength with them, but they don't really share it with you. On a soul level, between you two, there's the Ten of Cups. So there's a strong ass connection here, and it has to do with the the Page of Pentacles as well as the Five of Cups. There's something about the offer of commitment that causes a slight feeling of regret, but then there's always the knowing of some sort of union here through the Ten of Cups versus the Five of Cups. There's something about a weak offer that is not good enough, and it's really hard for you to manifest like a third dimensional sort of relationship with this person. Very difficult. However, there still is like this very strong sense of harmony, as well as the Six of Cups here. There's some sort of regret because there's sadness between you two when there should be joy. There should be joy because you should be sharing power, but there also is a power dynamic here on the soul level. Both of you want to control this connection in a certain way, and them on their end, the King of Cups as well as the Two of Pentacles. They need to balance out their power. They need to share it with others, and maybe you don't like this. Maybe you want to just fuse the power so that you can create this like harmonic, resonant sort of instrument so that both of you can live out a very beautiful and comfortable life together with the Ten of Pentacles, which hasn't showed up, but there is some sort of period right now that has to do with very sharp and cutting energies with the Queen of Swords. It certainly is the need to defend and protect the intuitive space so that you guys can heal up on something that is quite toxic between you two. There's something to work out here. It's a mixture of power as well as various interests outside, as well as a need to give romance and to live out a very romantic love situation, but it's not working out, and there's something manipulative about this energy. There's also a block in communication, as well as a need to share power to become mutually empowering, but this person is constantly not doing that, and they don't even want to talk about it. But deep down inside, they're really hurt, and they really feel abandoned by you, and you just both want to come on to very equal terms and actually have in this middle point some truth come out, some truth, so that there can be some sort of stability or equal give and take with someone who speaks their truth and someone who gives commitment. Yeah, but right now I think you're willing, or you're at least thinking about it, because it's creating so much anxiety to move on and try something new, which I would recommend you do, because if you happen to find something that is more beautiful, why would you refuse it? The world is filled with an infinite number of beautiful souls, and if this person is also looking for that somewhere else, then why shouldn't you? And I know that you find power in this connection, you find power through this person, but if they're causing toxicity for you and they're not giving you the truth, they're stonewalling you or blocking you or ghosting you in any way, I think it's important to know that they have certain things to do, and it has to do with the ego. A surrendering of this would definitely come into their better power. But the first step would be to make communication, and I think it's on them to do that. And it has to be truthful. Yeah. All right, my dear Cancer, this is Ron from Tarot of the Twin Sun. Please like, share, and subscribe. If you would like a private reading, you can find it in my About section. Otherwise, I will see you in April. And I cannot believe we are already 4 months into 2020, but I will say a prayer for you and blessings to those and those you love. Goodbye.